Our latest episode is brought to you by my two favorite guys, Smith and Wesson. Today we're going to be talking about the Model 19 and the 686 Plus. Stick around. Thanks for joining us on Shoot of the Series. I'm Ed Thorell for Firearms Education and Training, and today we're going to play with some wheel guns. A lot of people say that wheel guns are obsolete, and I say no. Anyway, just like we always do, let's show safe and clear. Open them up. There you go. No surprises. Same with this one. No surprises. So, we're talking a little bit about revolvers today, and I'm a huge fan because there's things you can do with revolvers that you just can't do with a semi-auto. They're much stronger, they're much beefier, and because of that, they can take a lot more powerful loads. In this case, we've got 357s. We've got the Model 19 Smith & Wesson, which is a 6-shooter. This is a classic design. This has been out for decades. It was discontinued several years ago, and by popular demand, the Model 19 was just reintroduced by Smith & Wesson, and they're getting snapped up fast. So the Smith & Wesson Model 19 is a 357. Like I said, it's a 6-shooter. This will take either 357 or 38s, and it also comes with some nice features, including a full-length ejector rod. The ejector rod, once you want to actually unload, plunging this out is going to help you get those sticky brass out. The Smith & Wesson is also a double action, meaning that the hammer will work in single action, and all it does is release the trigger, or also in double action. Comes with a very simple cylinder release. You push it forward, cylinder pops out, presto. Not much to it. It also comes with something favored by Smith & Wesson, known as a red ramp, white outline sights. Very effective. What's not to like? This particular one is equipped with Packmeyer grips. For those that know me and have been paying attention, you know I'm a big fan of rubberized grips. These give you a non-slip surface, but they also help soak up the recoil. These particular grips are manufactured by Hogue, and you can actually get, I think, 3 different models for this particular pistol. This one has what's known as an exposed backstrap, so it's going to fit a more medium-sized hand better. You're going to feel a little more recoil because you've got the metal of the backstrap against your palm, but it's really not that big a deal. 38, these are a sweetheart to shoot. In 357, still very manageable. We're also talking about the Smith & Wesson 686. The beauty of this particular design is this is a 7-shooter. So Smith & Wessons have different size frames that they build their revolvers on. The smallest being a J frame. The Model 19 is built on a K frame, and in the case of the 686, it's built on the L frame. So it's one size larger, and it's that one size larger that allows for a larger cylinder to carry more chambers and more rounds in it. Now, it's also called the 686 Plus because the size and the beefiness of the frame means that this can live on a steady diet of 357s, whereas the Model 19 is only meant for an occasional diet of 357s. Now, because you've got a larger frame with more mass, more weight, it also means that this is going to soak up the recoil better than the smaller frame. This is especially important because this is set up with a 2.5-inch barrel. And while I'm not a big fan of little J-frame 38s with a 2-inch barrel, a lot of that's because the recoil and the controllability. Because of the extra mass, because the frame size is 2 sizes larger than the J-frame, getting into the L-frame, it's got a lot more weight, a lot more control, and because of that, it's got a lot more accuracy. Very similar to the Smith Model 19. It's got the same type of cylinder ejector cylinder ejection system. Push it forward, pop that out. It also comes with the ejector rod for taking care of those hot brass that might stick inside the cylinder. And it also comes with the same red ramp and white outline sights. So you're going to find that shooting this, because it's got the larger, heavier frame, it's going to be very easy to control, even with the full-size 357 Magnum loads. I was really surprised when I fired it and was expecting more recoil than it actually delivered. Now, these two are going to be a little bit different in terms of what they're actually best used for. You know, something with a 2.5-inch barrel, something like this would be great for concealment. Whereas something like this with a 4-inch barrel is going to be better for target or for carrying in the field. If you've got a concealed carry permit and you spend a lot of time out in the woods, out hiking, camping, in remote areas where you're worried about mountain lions, rattlesnakes, feral animals, something like this offers really good protection, even though it's got a shorter barrel. Because the 357 never disappoints. There's so much energy that you could still protect yourself against a big cat with something like this and not come up short. It's going to be easier to carry because it's lighter weight, shorter barrel, so there's a lot of pluses that go along with this. You could even carry this as an everyday gun, but, you know, understand that with a semi-auto you carry more rounds, whereas, you know, if you're going to carry this as an everyday gun in the city, you're going to be limited to 7. Of course, you can carry speed loaders, but the beauty of a semi-auto is you get a very fast reload. So this fits a different niche for concealed carry, you know, depending on what the threat matrix is. If you're going to be out in the backcountry and want something with plenty of power in a small package, this is a great choice. So anyway, a lot to be said for wheel guns, what, you know, we affectionately call revolvers, and can't say a good enough thing about them. I snap them up when I find them because there's a lot of folks that are going to new semi-autos. You can find, you know, a lot of revolvers on the consignment shelf, which is the first place a lot of people look. Anyway, either one of these would be a great choice, and they're a joy to shoot. Anyway, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. My name's Ed Thorell for Firearms Education and Training, and we appreciate you watching Shoot of the Series. For those of you that haven't subscribed, please hit that little button. And if you want instant notification of a new show coming up, check out that little bell. You'll get notifications, and you won't miss an episode. Anyway, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.